jointly writing a book about American history. And all I can say to you is Bitcoin looks like the history of fiat money in the United States and elsewhere, going all the way back to 1789. If you look, for example, at how the Continental, which was, you remember, issued in 1775, and a couple of $100 million, and by 1782, it was worthless. But before it was worthless, George Washington was able to buy a lot of armament, basically all sorts of troop costs, and over the period, about a significant share of that worthless, ultimately worthless currency was creating real goods and services. That's what I think is happening with Bitcoin.
So should we conclude that Bitcoin is going to be, in your opinion, ultimately worthless?
No, it depends on how they handle the issue of the cumulative the amount of the quantity that's being put into the market. In the Continental and the greenback in the Civil War, in all cases, the amount of fiat currency kept rising. And it's very difficult to tell to what extent Bitcoin is fundamentally different from that, but I am saying that there are very considerable similarities, that what's holding the prices up is the supply is down. And look, human beings buy all sorts of things that aren't worth anything, but they do.
Hopefully you guys were able to stay awake. He is barely alive. Alan Greenspan, I love him, bless his heart. That interview I wanted to share it. This is also, if you look at the price, this was when Bitcoin was 1200, so this was an interview from last year. But I found this gem, and it's just like how typical baby boomers think of cryptocurrency, is that they don't really understand anything about it. So I guess the easiest way for them to explain it is to go look at historical things that happened 300-400 years ago and then be like, well, if this happened in history, it must be something similar to what's happening now, which I don't think is the proper way to evaluate things. But then again, I'm not the former Fed chair, so I'll go ahead and give him credit for that. Now, he did say that the issue with the greenbacks was the circulating supply. If you know anything about cryptocurrency, and as you can see on this chart, there's only 16 million or almost 17 million Bitcoin right now, and the max is 21. But if you go to some of these Fox News interviews, they will bring up that there's other currencies that you can print to then bring down the value. But just thought it was hilarious. I don't even know how I came across this video, but it sums up what baby boomers think of this cryptocurrency. They have no idea how it works. They don't understand the technology. So the best way for them to evaluate it is to go take random historical events and try to make it correlate or try to make the puzzle fit, even though if they had more of an understanding of this technology, and maybe now Greenspan does, if he's still alive and still can breathe. So, but let me know what you guys think. I just thought I'd share this, and I'll try to go find some other interviews of famous people. It's just funny to see what they said. And what's interesting is Greenspan did cover his behind, because he said that a big deal of Bitcoin going to zero is, if the supply is not fixed. And unfortunately, the person interviewing him didn't understand cryptocurrency, or she could easily just be like, hey, Mr. Greenspan, this is how Bitcoin works. It's not going to go over 21 billion and 21 million, and maybe this interview would be a little bit better. But anyways, enjoy. Unfortunately, crypto markets have been down for a while. The only good news I have for you guys is that we actually hit 5,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And the goal of the channel is to hopefully hit 10,000 by the end of the year. It looks like we might even hit that by the end of, I don't know, 2 months. But please share this if you enjoy the information. And thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.